Teaching is like watercolor painting because you have to be prepared. Instead of getting your brushes, your paints, and your paper ready, you're getting your body, mind, curriculum, and classroom prepared to host a very unpredictable experience. I love that teaching is not the same day to day, but it's really important to be on time, early even, to make sure that your space and materials are prepared before your students ever arrive. The parallels in those processes are obvious to me. Teaching is also like watercoloring because you have to be patient. Waiting for your students to grow is a lot like waiting for paint to dry. If you sit and watch and try to measure every second, you're wasting your time, you're gonna feel defeated, and you're not gonna feel excited. Patience is a requirement for painting and teaching. Teaching is also like watercolor painting because you have to trust your vision. The idea in your mind might not be executed perfectly the first time, and you have to have a strong enough vision that you're willing to make multiple attempts to get it right. And I think this is hard with painting because, especially watercolor, the water moves and you have to allow your expectations and your vision to change. That's true with teaching as well. Sometimes success criteria is too challenging for a student and you have to rewrite it to be more individualized. And I see that parallel in painting and teaching. Teaching is also like painting because you have to trust the process. You have to believe in yourself and you have to believe that things are going to work out in moments that feel chaotic. Walking that line between chaos and control is a huge, huge learning curve as a new teacher, especially moving from elementary school, which is a very controlled, structured environment where students need my help a lot, moving into teaching high school where students have a lot more independence. They're not asking me for help. I have to set up systems for accountability because it's just a more complicated, more chaotic experience. And you have to feel like you're in control even when you aren't sure what's going to happen next. Teaching is also like painting because there are beautiful things that interact and overlap, and it's just a very layered experience. The layers are amazing. Yes, I'm the teacher. I'm also learning so much from my mentors who are women older than me, who pour into me, not just about curriculum, but who make sure that I feel confident in my purpose for being here and that I feel safe to show up and to be myself. The colors in the composition of my watercolor painting kind of represent like these circles of care and like mentorship and kind of invisible labor that other people have done to support me as I become a teacher. It's a very collective experience, and there is no way to become a teacher on your own. There are so many people who brought me to the point I'm at now. The composition of painting represents the layers of the teaching experience, how I'm moving from being a person who needs support in my education to being able to support others through their education. Last, I think watercolor painting is like teaching because you can have expectations and you should know that they will change. I have extremely high expectations for my students, and I also understand that they face things outside of school that impact their ability to come to school ready to learn. So although I have high expectations for my students, I adjust those expectations according to what my students need, who they are, what they're going through, what their families need from me. And I think it's such a responsive social experience, and watercolor painting really should be too. My favorite part of painting anything is showing it to someone and saying, what do you see? What do you like? What do you not like? What do you understand? What don't you understand? So that feedback process within painting also exists within teaching. The big similarity I see between the creative process and the teaching process is they're supposed to be fun. And I often get bogged down worrying about being perfect, and in neither process is that actually the end goal. With my art and with my teaching, I hope to create a fun, educational experience where students feel loved, seen, and understood.